preview on our runners at Doomben this weekend. We'll start off with race 1, the staying race over 2,000 metres. Estekraj, Great Glen and Houdini the Great.
Quickly on Estekraj, he's obviously drawn well, he's in good form. 2,000 metres is a good distance for him. Soft track is a slight concern, being a soft 6, but as we know up there it can dry up quickly, and at the same time it can go to a heavy 8, so we'll just have to monitor the weather over the next 48 hours, but he's certainly a winning chance. Great Glen, blinkers go on, just feel like he's not quite finding the line as well as he can, so they should be good for him, and he's drawn soft in barrier 4. We've seen in recent weeks we're very dominant over those 2,000 metre journeys on Saturdays up in Brisbane, so hopefully we can go in again. And Houdini the Great, he's certainly much better on a good track, so we'll have to play it by ear with the weather with him. He's drawn awkwardly in barrier 8.
We then move to the Aquis Park Gold Coast race. So we've got the 3 fillies in this race. Improvise will be ridden by Damien Brown from barrier 10. Yeah,
obviously she was very good winning last start, so Damien keeps the ride. Slightly tricky barrier, but she's thrived ever since that win, and it certainly looks a race for her.
Another dollar, another last start winner. She'll be ridden by Jeff Lloyd from barrier 13.
Yeah, sticky gate, but up to a more suitable distance of the mile. I thought she was very impressive, winning last start over 1300, which is obviously a long way short of her best, so she'll be very competitive.
And thirdly, Impulsive. Robbie Fraz on her. She's drawn the best barrier of the 3 of them, barrier 7.
Yeah, which is good to see, because she had a torrid time last start, and hopefully we can just put a line through her last run and get a nice economical run from the good barrier. The mile's a little bit of a concern. If it was 1800, I'd be more than happy.
And then we move to the mile race. We've got Omanika. He was an impressive last start winner at Warwick Farm. He'll be ridden by Jeff Lloyd from barrier 16.
Yeah, barrier's obviously awkward, but he went up there last week. He's settled in well, and is in great order. He's obviously just got a very tricky barrier to overcome, and not as well as a big step up in grade. But he's a horse who gets back, finds cover, switches off, relaxes, and hopefully he can have the last crack at them.
Let's do a quick preview on our runners at Hawkesbury this weekend. We have a few runners there. We'll start off with race 2 over 1,300 metres, the 2-year-old Orsien. He'd been entered at a few different meetings this week. Blake Shin will be riding him from barrier 7.
Yeah, a little bit of a sticky barrier, but he's returned in excellent form. His most recent trial was pretty impressive. So he stays in Sydney, and he'll run there fresh up, and he'll just get back and find some cover from the awkward barrier, and to make sure he sees out the 1,300 metres well, but he'll certainly be a top 3 chance.
We have the 2 mares running over 1,300. Dagny, who'll be ridden by Ty England from barrier 10.
Yeah, she's fresh up. There was a little bit of rain in the forecast. Hopefully a couple of mil can fall on the track and just help take the sting out of the track, but she's working well. She'll be better for the run, and more than likely heading to sort of great pattern races after this.
And in terms of war, she was scratched from yesterday to run on Saturday. Blake Shin will ride her from barrier 9. Yeah,
gets in with a nice light weight of 55.5. She's going well. She's obviously ultra consistent. 1,300 metres should be no issue, and she should be a chance.
And in the next we have the top weight and also the bottom weight up and rolling with 59.5 kilos. Kieran McAvoy will ride him.
Yeah, Kieran obviously knows the horse well. He's rock hard fit. The 1,500 metres is right up his alley, and he's been set for this race for a few weeks now, so we're obviously pretty confident that he can try and get the job done from the good barrier.
And Solo Mission from barrier 15, he's on the limit weight of 54 kilos with Tim Clark in the saddle.
Yeah, with that barrier he'll more than likely just stay down in Melbourne and not travel up here. It's just a bit of a waste of a run if you come all the way up to Sydney and then draw that barrier, so he'll wait and find another suitable option.
We then have Invincibella. She was an impressive winner at the Gold Coast Magic Millions Day. Brenton of Della's riding her from barrier 6.
Yeah, she was very good, fresh up. Obviously had a brilliant campaign last prep. She's come back in good form. She's come on from the first up run. The distance is more suitable. Barrier 6. Should be hard to beat.
The Hawkesbury Gold Cup over a mile. We have McCreary, Ty England, Barrier 2. He'll be looking for a little bit of give in the track.
Yeah, I think all three of these runners would be benefited enormously if the rain did come. Rose Hill looked pretty dark and gloomy today, so hopefully that will come and he'll soften up the track. But it's good to see McCreary's drawn well in Barrier 2. He scratched from a white draw last Saturday. He's certainly in good form, and I'm sure he can rattle home.
Mr. Seawolf, he comes out of the Doncaster. Kieran McAvoy's riding him.
Yeah, obviously he's back to a more suitable grade on Saturday. Kieran galloped him on Tuesday morning and was really happy with his work. It was nice and sharp. So obviously barrier's slightly awkward, but we'll see where he ends up from that gate.
And lastly, My Nordic Hero will be ridden by Tim Clark from Barrier 10. He's only got the 53 kilos.
Yeah, Michael Walker was really happy with that fresh up run over an unsuitable journey. The miles more up his alley. His work's been good. He might just still be a little bit heavy and benefit from the run.
We then have the Hawkesbury Guineas over 1400 metres. We've got 3 runners in this. Sambro, he was scratched from Brisbane, and he's been ridden by Josh Parr, Barrier 11.
Yeah, the barrier's slightly awkward, but listen, it's a Group 3 worth 200,000, so it's silly not to leave him here and give him every chance. It was good to see him trial since his most recent start, and he behaved well in the barriers, which has actually cost him a couple of races throughout his career. So the blindfold will be fitted on him in the barriers, and hopefully that means he can leave the barriers cleanly. But obviously they'll determine how we ride him.
Jason Collett, he'll ride So You Win.
Yeah, good to see him draw a soft barrier. He wouldn't want to be doing too much extra work over this journey. Obviously he's looking for further than the 1400 metres. So if he can get a nice economical run and try and track into the race rather than allowing them to have a sit and sprint, then he's a chance to finish off, but ultimately he's looking for further.
And Screen Park, he last ran in New Zealand. He's had a spell, he's fresh up. Roy Hutchings rides him. Yeah,
he'll really appreciate a strong aggressive rider in Rory. His work and his trials have only been fair since returning. So I think he'll have a bit of a wake-up call on Saturday, and obviously we know he's a horse who does have ability. It's simply just getting it out of him.
And the last race at Hawkesbury, over the 2100 metres, we've got the 5 runners. Firstly, the Import Naval Warfare. Lee McGorrian will ride him, taking 2 kilos off his back.
Yeah, he was very good when he won last start down in Melbourne. He travelled up last night and seems to travel up well. I think he'll be really hard to beat from the barrier. Obviously Lee's riding exceptionally well, riding a nice winner for the stable yesterday.
Multifacets, he's been thereabouts at all his runs this prep. He'll be ridden by Blake Shin from Barrier 9. Yeah,
he's a little bit of a tricky horse to work out, and it's a shame Glenn Schofield's been suspended, as obviously he really found the key to him. But I'm sure Blake and Glenn will speak over the next couple of days and work out exactly how to ride him correctly. Slightly sticky barrier, but the distance is right for him.
Richard of York, Barrier 14, he'll be ridden by Ty England.
Yeah, the barrier is very sticky and does make things hard, especially fresh up over the 2100 metres. So he's also in next Wednesday over 1900 metres, and we'll just work out where he can end up getting from that barrier and work out whether we run or whether we wait.
Mazaz, the last start winner, he'll be ridden by Brenton of Della from Barrier 5.
Yeah, Brenton obviously knows this horse really well. Gets a soft barrier. It's certainly a winnable race for him.
And lastly, Mornington, Barrier 12, ridden by Kathy O'Hara.
Yeah, his first up run was really good. Step up and trip, which is a plus. He's just got to switch off and relax from the barrier, but he gets in with a nice light weight, and he's certainly one that we think can go a little bit above this grade, this preparation.
Let's do a quick preview of our runners at Caulfield. We've got a handful on Saturday. Firstly, Faith in Hand, the last start winner. She'll be ridden by Stephen Bester.
Yeah, she's drawn well in Barrier 2. Obviously, she still needs a scratching to come out of the race to gain a start. I'm a little bit reluctant to run her out of grade, as it is obviously a massive step up into Saturday grade, and she's not carrying the true weight that she should be carrying. So we might wait and find a more suitable option for her. But we'll make that decision, providing she gains a start.
Over 1400 metres we have Wayanka, who will also be ridden by Stephen Baxter from the wide draw of 16.
Yeah, 16 does make things hard, but we said last start that he might still be a little bit heavy, so he has stripped fitter again from having 2 runs in this campaign. Barrier makes things very tough for him though.
And then we move to the 2000 metre race. We have 4 runners in this. Firstly, Hersley, who will be ridden by Craig Williams from barrier 8.
Obviously Craig knows the horse better than anyone, but he does usually take 3 or 4 runs into a campaign to get up to maximum fitness, but he was really happy with we were really happy with his first up run. Gets a soft draw, so he's a chance. It's the right distance for him, it's just whether he's fit enough at this early stage in his campaign.
Abdon will be ridden by Damien Oliver from barrier 12. He ran well first up.
Yeah, really good debut in Australia. Just peaked on his run with 200 to go, so he'll be fitter for the experience. Slightly awkward barrier. Damien Oliver aboard is a plus, and should be very hard to beat.
Then Jamimza, he's from barrier 11. Stephen Baxter rides him.
Yes, he does, but he obviously knows the horse well. He actually rode him to success down in Melbourne last campaign, so that's a big plus. Barriers again slightly awkward. We haven't got very many good barriers on Saturday across the states, but he's 4th up and needs to lift a bit.
And Jakes Hill, another import, he's having his first run for the stable. He'll be ridden by Ben Mellon from barrier 16.
Yeah, he's a lovely horse, lovely staying type of horse. He's fit enough for the distance first up, but it's just whether he'll be sharp enough ultimately. He might be looking for further than the 2000.